You're listening to The Blunt Truth. Unscripted, uncensored, unwoke. Get ready to challenge everything.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Blunt Truth Podcast. My name is Doug. Steve couldn't be here today. He's too busy doing something. And I just wanted to share an episode with you about manifestation and how to properly use it to get what you desire. Okay, there's a lot of videos on the internet that are going around about manifesting and all that stuff, and it's all crap. It's all just circling around doing nothing. It has no backing, no meat behind it. There's no reason why it should happen. But if you learn how to do manifestation the right way, then things start to change. So what you have to do is, first of all, you have to learn how to clear your mind, because a clear mind is a focused mind. So what you have to do is first practice meditation daily, nightly. It will fit in your schedule. You want to have a clear mind. That way, your brain can stay 100% focused on whatever you're trying to manifest. All right? Second thing I would ask you guys to do is to read up on the Seven Hermetic Principles. It's pretty much the laws of the universe. It's 7 laws that pretty much you have to abide by to live a positive life. You know what I mean? Some of them are, mentalism, all is mind. Another one is correlation, correspondence, as above, so below. That's what correspondence is. You got rhythm, you got gender, you got, I don't know. There's other ones. I don't have them off the top of my head. But what it is you abide by these 7 laws, and it will teach you how to live a good life, to have a positive life, and to have faith, not hope. Faith is knowing it's going to work out no matter what. It's no fear. It's having zero fear in with what you're trying to do or anything. Say, I don't know, I'd say hope is a retarded cousin of faith. You know what I mean? Like, hope has doubt. Faith doesn't. You know what I mean? I hope you get better. Or I hope it happens. Or I hope you really think it's going to happen, but you have that doubt. That's what hope is. Faith is knowing it's going to happen. No fear, no doubts in your head. Because the moment you have doubts in your head, that's when you start messing up your manifestation. So first thing you have to do is, for manifestation, I would go over the 7 laws or the 7 Hermetic Principles and try to incorporate them into your life. And it's kind of hard, but it's, in a way, if it's easy when it comes to, getting into it. When you got to learn what the law is. You have to learn each law, and you have to know what each law means. You know what I mean? And then you have to apply it to your life. Adding the 7 laws on top of your daily, nightly, whatever meditation, not manifestation, daily, nightly meditation with the laws, and living properly and living healthy and keeping your body nice and healthy and not destroying your temple, you can learn to manifest easy as fuck. You just have to go by the rules. You know what I mean? So one of the rules is you have to visualize about what you want. Visualize it. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean just sit there and think about it one time. I mean really visualize it. Take 2 weeks to visualize it. What I like to do is, at the end of my meditation every night, I will literally just think about what I want to happen, and I will send it out to the universe, right? And then the next night, after meditation, I will think about what I want to happen again, but in more detail. And then the next night, I do meditation, and then I think about what I want in more detail. So, for example, I had a couple stories about how I manifested. Actually, no, let me get back into it. Go in. All right, so after the visualization, what you have to do is feel like you have it already. Feel like you have it already. So say it's like a job, or say it's like a car. You got to visualize the car, visualize the job, visualize you going to work to that job that you want. Visualize you going in your car your dream car. Visualize the smell of the car. Visualize the dash. Go online and really know what that car looks like so that you can paint it in your head. So every night you do this, you go in and you meditate, and then you think about, what you're trying to manifest and go into deeper detail of what you want. You know what I mean? So after a while, that image or that manifestation is going to get clearer and clearer and clearer. By the time it's 3 weeks gone by, you know what that car even looks like, even sounds like, feels like, smells like, and you're imagining yourself getting it, right? And what you have to do is you have to put out to the universe and say, I really want this. However it is, universe, however you make this happen, we're going to get this going. And for some reason, doing the next steps, if you do it properly, the universe just opens up and gives it to you out of nowhere. All right, so the first thing is visualizing. Second thing is feeling. And third is you have to actually go get it. That's the action. You have to the universe is going to open up doorways for you to go get what you want. So if you want that, dream car, and after 2 weeks, you've been, visualizing it and knowing what color car you wanted, how many gallons per mile it gets and all that stuff. You got to know what you want to a T. It's going to give it to you. It's going to give you opportunities to take to get what you want. So put it into this. You're going to visualize, you're going to feel, and then you're going to do. That's what it is. First thing is everything is mental. So what you do is you're going to visualize. And then the second, you feel. You got to feel it. You got to thank the universe for giving it to you already. You already have it. It's in your garage right now, that car or that job. You have it already. You know what I mean? If it's a job, visualize yourself going to the job. Do it for 2-3 weeks. Not religiously. Do it schedulistically. Do it really routinely. Make sure that you know exactly what you want. So you have to think about it. You have to feel it. You got to do it. And perfect example, the only ways I can describe it is through my experience. So there's 2 stories I wanted to share with y'all. First of all, one of the stories I used for my manifestation is how I got this apartment. Before I got this apartment, I was in a shitty apartment. Like, it was bad. There was people smoking crack in the hallway, like murders next door. It was not good. But when I moved there, I was a raging alcoholic, so it really didn't matter. I didn't give a shit, just like everybody else in that building. But the moment I stopped drinking, lay down. God. All right, cut. All right, there's a story that I wanted to tell you guys. So yeah, the apartment was absolutely shit. Even the landlord there was an absolute slumlord. Anyway, I didn't want to be there anymore after I quit drinking. After I quit drinking, I didn't want to be there. It was just horrible. I was like, why did I even come here? But anyway, I was thinking I wanted to move, but I didn't know how to because I'm on Section 8 and all that stuff. And I was like, the apartment that I was in was available. Everything around me, there was no apartments available at the time, except for one that was built downtown in my town. So I went and checked it out one day, and I was like, yo, this place is dope. I went to the apartment. I drove there in my wheelchair across town. I drove my wheelchair across town to this apartment, and what I did was I came here and I visualized. I was like, this place is dope. I want to live here. You know what I mean? It's the newest building in the town. It's right on the river, and it's so nice. And there's a walking trail. You are allowed to have pets. And I'm like, this is where I want to be. So when I got back to the apartment, my old apartment that day, I saw a crackhead in the hallway smoking. And I was like, dude, I gotta get out of here. So what I did was, for a good, I don't know, week, it was in the summer, and for a good week, I like would go here every day. Even if it was like, if I was bored, I just cross town to go to come here, to come to this building and visualize me being here. I was like, I really want to be here. I want a place on the first floor. I was like, I want a place on the first floor, 2-bedroom facing the river, because the way this building is set up, one side faces the river and the other side faces the town. I don't want to fucking face the town. Anyway, so I would go there. I would come here every day for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. It was probably 2 weeks more, honestly. And then I finally went and filled out an application. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go fill one out. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Within 1 week of me filling out that application, the building manager hit me up saying, we got a place for you. It just opened up. I was like, didn't you have a really big waiting list and shit? And he was like, yeah, but we saw you visiting, and we saw that you were looking at the apartments, and we knew that you were handicapped, and this one that just opened up is specifically a handicapped apartment. Not everybody can get it. So the people on the waiting list, they're not handicapped, so they couldn't get it. So I was like, damn. So I came and saw it. Guess what? This apartment is 2-bedroom, the first floor, facing the river. It's like to a T, to what I asked for. To a T. And it was kind of scary at that point, because the person who was showing me my apartment, he was like, I have another handicap apartment, but it's on the second floor facing the town, but it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. And I was like, no, I want this one. This is exactly what I asked for. This is exactly what I envisioned. This is exactly what I thought of. So I ended up moving in, right? So other than that, I got the apartment that I literally, 2-way T, like all three. Like, it's not even like it's specific. I'd be kicking the universe in the balls if I took the other apartment upstairs. You know what I mean? But this is what I wanted. I came here for 2 weeks. I want an apartment on the first floor, 2-bedroom, facing the river. And this is exactly what I got. Another way that I did it, when I first moved here, I had my roommate, and I'm sorry to say, but I wasn't really feeling him. Holmes was not doing his job. He wasn't paying me rent. He wasn't helping with the bills. He wasn't helping with any of the supplies. He was pretty much taking advantage of me for a good 5 years. So that when I moved into this dope ass apartment, I felt like he wasn't pulling his end. So I was getting to the point where after a year living here, I was breaking down to my boy in Florida, pretty much literally crying about how I felt trapped here. I felt like somebody was taking advantage of me every day, just shitting everywhere, just not doing what I asked them, the little things that I asked them to do. I have no arms or legs. He barely made me food. It would be like pasta. Who wants that pasta every day? Anyway, so I felt like I was trapped having him live here. So I needed him here, though, because I couldn't get in and out of the apartment by myself. I need somebody to live with. So what I did was I prayed and I meditated and I visualized a way to finally live on my own. So I figured out, if I visualize the door opening by itself, the front door, just opening and closing and locking by itself. If that happens, I won't need him here anymore. I could do everything else. This apartment is 100%, well, 98% accessible to me, except for the front door. I can't unlock it and lock it when I leave and open the door and when I get in. So I would have to rely on him. So I visualized for a good 3 weeks on just a solution, just to get out of this predicament that I was in. So I had the idea out of nowhere. I was like, just go to the office here and ask them if they'll put in an automatic door for you. Just ask them. You know what I mean? All they could do is say no. You know what I mean? So what I did was I went to the office and I was like, hey, is there any way that we can have like a door set up to the front of my apartment so that I just push a button and it unlocks it and it opens the door? And then when I leave, it'll close and lock it. And they're like, yeah, no problem. For real? They're like, yeah. So within 2 months, they had everything set up and they finally had the funds and everything. And they put the automatic door in my apartment. Once I got that door, my roommate's days were numbered. Seriously. So secretively, when that happened, I was in my room meditating. And after meditating, I would visualize what his room looked like without him in it and how I wanted to be in that room instead. And then use the room that I was sleeping in as a grow room. And I'll have the smaller room as a bedroom and then the bigger bedroom as a grow room. You know what I mean? Or a grow room / wheelchair room because I keep my wheelchairs in there too. But every night for 2-3 weeks straight, it was probably more, 3 weeks, probably 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know, it wasn't 2. 3 weeks straight, just visualizing his room, how I wanted it, where I was going to put my bed, where I was going to put my TV, where I was going to put my knickknacks, where I was going to put a tent, where I was going to, in exact areas. By the time 3 weeks went by and I was doing that night, the visualization in my brain of his room was so fucking clear that I knew where I wanted my alarm clock. I knew where I wanted my hamper. I knew where I wanted my clothes to go. I knew what I wanted under my bed. I knew, dude, every detail. So after 3 weeks, out of nowhere, my roommate come up to me and says, I'm going to move out. I'm moving to Florida. And I'm like, okay, see you later. Just let me know when you're leaving. Because, I mean, it's hard to see you go, but not really. The moment he told me that, I left this apartment and I was just freaking out. I was like, thank you, God. Thank you. Just being here, feeling like I was being taken advantage of every day, felt like I was fucking in a prison. It was horrible. And he'd be gone most of the day and he'd come back and do half-ass work. And I'm just like, I felt prison. The moment he told me that, I felt so free. I was like, thank God. Because I was asking the universe, please just let something happen. As I was visualizing his room being my room, I would pretty much ask the universe, please let something happen so that we can go off on good terms. Because I don't want to live with a motherfucker for a month or so after me telling him I want to get the fuck out of here and then have to live with his attitude for 2 months until he leaves and lose a friend. You know what I mean? But the way that it happened, he came up to me. He's the one who said he was leaving. And he was living here for free. Who would leave this situation on their own accord? I was seriously going to get in his face and be like, you got to get the fuck out. Like, I was going to freak out on him if nothing was going to come up. Like, I was visualizing, I was hoping, my faith was there, but it still wasn't happening. And I was like, you know what? If it don't happen by this date, I'm going to blow up on him and it's going to be rough, but it has to happen because I need to be happy. I can't feel like I'm being taken advantage of. But the moment he did that and he said, I'm moving out, I was like, what clicked in his mind to do that? He lived with me for 3 years in this shitty apartment, in crackhead apartment. What clicked in his mind to make him be like, I want to leave now in this gorgeous big ass place where you're allowed to have pets on the river with a trail near stores? That's some unexplainable shit. That's some, like, I can't say anything else but owe it to manifestation, to hoping, to having faith that it's going to be okay. Because when I was calling my friend in Florida, he was like, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. You can't really kick him out because he lives there and the Connecticut laws are fucked up. They'll make him stay here until the lease ends, you know what I mean? I'm like, but yeah, so me getting the apartment, manifesting, and then me kicking my roommate out, manifesting. Because I'm a very non-confrontational dude, but I was getting so fed up with I was literally going to blow up on this day. I was like, if you don't, if not, I was like, if nothing happens coming up this Friday, I'm blowing up on him. And that Thursday, I remember that Thursday, he came up to me and he said he was moving. And I was like, so that just makes me feel like, even though, like, if you manifest something, it might not be on your time, but it's always on time. It was last minute that it happened because I was going to blow up on this dude. I don't like blowing up on him. I don't want to, especially when you have no hands. I can't protect myself, but shit, I was going to do it anyway. Yeah, so manifesting, man, it's all about visualizing, feeling, and then doing. Visualizing, feeling, and then doing. It's hard to get that faith going because I know a lot of you probably had a lot of bad upbringings and don't trust many people and don't even trust life. But you have to learn to trust it again. You have to learn to put things out of your control for once and just know that it's going to be okay. Not think that it's going to be okay. Not hope. Know that it's going to be okay. That's faith. That's what faith is. You know what I mean? So keep the faith, learn the 7 Hermetic Principles, and then keep a clear mind so that you know exactly what you want. And then do the exercise of visualizing, feeling, and then doing. And then I guarantee you, manifesting anything will be a breeze. Like, how could somebody like me, no arms or legs, be in the position that I'm in? It's because I've willed it to be this way. You know what I mean? Instead of coddling over and being all woe is me and my life sucks and my life is such a difficult, yeah, it's difficult, but look how I'm handling it. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is if I can do it, you can definitely do it. There's nothing to it. That's all it is. And everything else that I've seen on all these videos of manifestation, they just want your money or they want you to buy a book and they'll be like, oh, I'll tell you the secret then and there. And dude, I'm going to tell you what I know and what I experienced and how it's worked. And it's working. And I don't know how else I can explain it. Another example was my dog. I've always said, before I got my puppy, Raffle, I would always say if I ever got a dog, I would only want it right off the teat. I wouldn't want a pound dog. I would want it to be mine. I wouldn't want it to have previous traumas for it to, attack me out of nowhere. I want it to be mine. And then this year, my brother died. My younger brother died, my brother Akeem. And after he died, his friend Jay hit me up and was like, do you want a dog? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, your brother picked out a puppy. My dog had puppies. He has pugs. He's like, my pugs had puppies. And he came over one day and he picked one. And he said he wanted this one because it reminded him of your old dog. I was like, yeah, my old dog Otto. It looks just like him. And he's like, yeah, so he picked it out. But we were going to give it to your brother when he got clean. And since he didn't get clean and now he's dead, would you like to have the dog? I'm like, oh, yes, I would. You know what I mean? And it covered all the criteria, what I wanted. Like what I was trying to manifest probably, like a year ago. Like when I said, if I ever get a dog, I'd want it to be a small dog. I'd want it to be right off the teat. That way I know it's mine and there's no trauma and there's nothing that I have to worry about. It's going to be 100% mine. And I get my dog. It's like, even the things that I thought I never even said out loud, I manifested. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought it in my head, like, well, if I ever get a dog, you know what I mean? It gets really lonely here without anybody here now. But now that I have my dog, this is awesome. But yeah, manifestation. You guys got it. Tune in. Again, we got the next episode coming. Hopefully, faithfully, it's going to be on another couple topics, and I don't know what it's going to be on. So thank you for your time, and thanks for tuning in to The Blunt Truth, and I hope this helps you with manifestation and getting your dreams and getting whatever you want in life. It's there. It's yours. We're creators. We're manifestors. Start acting like one. You know what I mean? Stay safe. Peace out. Love y'all. Later.
Thanks for tuning in to The Blunt Truth with Stephen and Dougie. Enjoy the conversation. Join us every Wednesday for more unfiltered discussions. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your support keeps the truth coming. Elevate your journey. Connect with us on social media at blunttruthpodcast.com. Until next time, be kind, keep growing, and remember, knowledge is infinite.